Cancer, this is going to be for your next 5 days. This is timeless, and whenever it finds you, it will be for you. It will give you some kind of insight into what it is that you are currently dealing with. Welcome back to Rogue Mystic Divination, and you can read this as 1 card per day, because I'm going to primarily be drawing 5 cards, and if it feels like it's necessary, I will draw some more. So for the past few reads, it's been looking at the bottom of the deck to see some underlying influences. So put things where they need to go for you, and be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. And you could be reaching for something that brings you comfort, but seems to be distracted. I have a cat in my lap right now, and she just reached out for my arm like, hey, no, come here, pet me. So you may not be getting the attention that you believe that you deserve right now, even though you're comfortable and in a position that is not bad for you by any means. But that being said, we have the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups in reverse, along with the 9 of Wands and the Hermit. Okay, here we go. Cancer, you feel like it's time for you to harvest something because you put in the work and you're seeing the results of what it is that you've been putting the work into. However, if you give it more time, you will have more to harvest. If you walk away from it now, or you decide to cut your losses, you will be missing out on something that you could have gained much more from. With the 8 of Swords, it's as though you have this idea that all this work that you've been putting in has not been worth it, and these ideas are really coming from outside sources. Almost as though they have somehow manipulated you into thinking that, well, yeah, you're making progress there, but you're not making progress here, or here. And in these areas of life, you may not even care that you're not making progress there, but they're putting pressure on you to do something that they find is socially acceptable, or that maybe they haven't had a chance to do, but they see that you do. Like, you have an ability that they don't, or you're in a position that they may have squandered in the past, and they're watching you not do anything the way that they would do it, and that's why they are having these conversations or voicing these opinions so loudly. Especially with the 7 of Cups in reverse, there's options that the other person doesn't have that you do, and they see that you may be squandering these supposed options, but really to you they would be just pointless distractions, and they're not necessary for the path that you're on. So someone may be trying to vicariously live through you, and that's why we also have the 9 of Wands. Almost as though you are trying to overproduce something in order to prove that you are, that what you're doing is worthy in the long run, causing you to hyper-focus and even lose the vision that you set out with. But it's because of this other person that's coming in and saying that, oh, well, you had so much opportunity, but you're not doing anything with it, and you're busy, you're doing stuff, and you're almost trying to kind of shove it in the face, like, look, this is what I'm doing, and they don't find any worth in it, so you're frustrated, you're burnt out. And it's not from the work that you're putting in, it's not from whatever it is that is your passion project. As much as you're trying to use this passion project or this passion of yours to defend yourself, it's as you're using this to defend yourself, you're burning out, you're letting it exhaust you and put you in a position where you can't defend yourself as readily. And I mean, this is a fence. This is a barrier between you and somebody else, and it's empty. That sky is empty. They don't have anything to send towards you. But it's a blue sky, so they obviously think that something that you're doing is inspirational. It's a clear blue sky. There's, it's nothing in your way. So you're putting something in your way, and it's between you and this other person and their opinion. And because of that, you could be forced into a third-person perspective, an outside view as to where this person is coming from and where you're coming from, and being able to discern exactly why it is that this person feels this way and whether or not you'll actually be able to deal with them anymore. Because you have two fences. Really, you could probably even say you have three fences. Because this bush with pinnacles on it could be a hedgerow that you're benefiting from. Cancer and this might have something to do with a trust fund. Like there was a lucrative boundary that was put up to protect you somehow. Or protect your assets. And you may be looking at it, or you may not even know about it. And somebody else is defending their right to make you blind to the fact that it exists. That it would be easy for you to get to if you knew about it. Because I've never seen it like that before, but that Seven of Pentacles could actually be like a hedgerow, and on one side of it, there's money. And the other side of it, we don't see anything. And you could actually be looking at money if you're on the right side of something, but again, these ideas, these barriers, and the Eight of Swords that is 8, right? Yeah. The Eight of Swords that's keeping you blind and bound to some idea of a relationship because somebody else is emotional about it. But their emotions are shallow. That's why you see this pool of water on the ground in front of the what's supposed to be the querent in the Eight of Swords. And it could be a Gemini that's actually keeping this information from you. It's almost as though you have options that you don't know about that are not distractions. They're actual options, and There's somebody that's making a shallow attempt to cover it up, but they're not doing a very good job of it. They may have exhausted all the resources so far. And the Hermit seems as though this is a person, because it doesn't feel like it's the queer, and it doesn't feel like this is the person that this reading is for. There's someone on the outside that may have some kind of judiciary or financial knowledge of this, and they're trying to see exactly the entirety of what's going on. Why it is that you haven't taken advantage of this, why it is that there's no feedback from you or no answer from you. And it could just be that it's because you don't know about it. And underlying influence, real quick, is the Magician in reverse. So this is someone that doesn't know what they're doing and instead is covering up their ineptitude, their lack of knowledge, their lack of control. They're covering it up by doing broad sweeps and expecting people to understand them and refusing to give anybody answers. So they have the tools, but they don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to use them, and they don't have the magic spark. They don't have the magic key that you do somehow, Cancer. And you know what? Why not? Yeah. They're about to not be able to have a choice, but whenever they come forward to you, if they are the person that comes forward to you with this information, they don't want to hear an answer from you. It's likely that they will walk up to you, ensure that you get the package that you are meant to get, and walk away and never speak to you again. But it doesn't look like this was a good person to have in your life anyway, so because it's almost as though they mishandled what they were supposed to do, and that's not what they were supposed to do. They may have been given chance after chance to do the right thing, and they just either refused to or were unable to do the right thing by somebody else's perception. But anyway, Cancer, that is for your next 5 days. I hope you got something out of that, and please be sure to check back for your dailies, monthlies, and weeklies. I am still getting caught up, but I'm doing my best to get there. Thank you for your patience, and please make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.